Go. All right. So, welcome back to this episode, whatever episode of the IDA podcast is. I'm Alonzo, and that's
X.
him. And yeah, well,
So let's get into it. I got a first topic I'd like to start
well,
off with, if
go
you don't
ahead.
mind.
You can take control. I'm not gonna lie. This is something like I had some shit in my head that I wanted to say, and then I forgot all about it. So you go.
So this question, it started from, I was listening to Ari Lennox earlier, by the way,
Mhm.
and Shea Butter Baby. I'm not a big fan of that song, first and foremost. A few things that make me not a fan of that song is just the general style of the song, or that type of song. Those type of songs I don't usually like.
Yeah,
The production, J. Cole's verse wasn't, one of my favorites. Um, just the overall song wasn't good to me.
yeah,
So that's one thing. So then I'm listening. I'm like, yo, she sounds just like Erica Badu on this, like exactly like Erica Badu.
hmm
Like had I not known any better, this could have been Erica Badu. Like for real, for real. So my question is, why is it, or is it not? Why is it okay for singers to steal other singers' styles, but in rap it's not cool?
I that is definitely well. It's just a difference in culture and in community though, because even though the R&B community is still very black and it's a black community or whatever, the way that rappers, especially rappers, when rap first started to become a really serious thing, they took that so serious. Like on over on Only Built for Cuban Links, like there's that skit, you feel me? Where he's like, I don't want nobody sounding like me on no album, come up your own way. You know what I'm saying? That's never been
Right,
something that has been like pushed in the R&B world. I think in the R&B world, they're just like, okay, you making your music, you making your music. Like, you feel me? I'm gonna
right,
meet you there. And a lot of the times, the similar sounding R&B artists come together. I
yeah,
feel so. I think that's where that is like they are more accepting of that over there. I think that we should be more accepting of it in the hip hop realm because I just think that people have different ways of creating, and if the certain way that is in their heart, that's like in their heart of hearts of what they make, if that's similar to what somebody else does, but it's still coming from them in their heart and their soul, then it shouldn't really be looked down upon.
yeah, yeah,
You feel me? Like I understand if we was, critics for everything, but at the end of the day, music is meant to be enjoyed.
yeah.
And that's coming from one of the most critical people you will ever listen to a song with.
Right.
So it's just one of those things like, yo, like I think just people gotta lighten up, or at least the artists themselves have to lighten up.
Right.
You know. So
So another one. This is more of a statement than a uh, than a question.
yeah.
But I just want to say something. You
Oh,
know, and this is more like I don't know who this goes to, but I guess quote unquote the powers that be. Can you please stop pushing artists on us, please?
yeah.
And I was just listening to this soundtrack for this new movie that's coming out that everybody's waiting for and stuff.
hmm
Stop pushing Rhapsody on us. I'm gonna just say that and leave it there. Like, please, we know she's dope and we know she's a female rapper that can really rap. Stop pushing her on us, bro.
It's funny.
Stop.
No matter how many times I've seen Rhapsody's name, never listened to one Rhapsody verse, not one
Right.
Rhapsody lyric. Rhapsody has a song with J. Cole, never touched.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know whether she's good or bad. I don't care. I'm not interested. So it's funny because you feel like she's getting pushed down your throat, and I don't feel like that at
Yeah.
all.
The crazy part is she's dope. I'm not saying like she's getting, forced in my face and she's just trash. That would be way more annoying. But it's just like, okay, she's dope. Like, what are y'all trying to prove? Stop pushing her on us. If we're gonna listen to her music, we're gonna listen to her music. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that more so has a negative effect than positive.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, certain people it works. Like, I feel like Cardi B. First and foremost, Bodak Yellow. It is no coincidence that that song was as big as it was. Atlantic pushed that song hard.
Yeah.
That song was everywhere that you could possibly want it to be. And don't get me wrong, because it is an enjoyable song. Hold up, did you hear that ring? That's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. That's coming from my laptop. Sorry about that, but that it's. Fuck, hold up, off topic. I've had a cough today, but it's an enjoyable, song when you just listening to it to listen to it. It's fine. It's a mainstream hit. But yo, the machine behind that really pushed that and made it a lot more than what it was.
Yeah.
And that's why Bodak Yellow became such a huge song.
Right.
And this goes for all of Cardi B's music and projects as well. Her music gets pushed hard.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's so as somebody who has always been able to notice that, that's one of the reasons why, when besides the fact that I just don't like the music itself, that's one of the reasons why I've never been a Cardi B.
Yeah.
Like when it feels manufactured, it feels like there's a machine behind you, that's when it's not,
Yeah.
even though there may be, and there's no problem with having a machine behind you, but you can have a machine behind you and me not really recognize it and me just mess with it for the music. When I'm hearing
Yeah.
too much, you feel me? Then that's where the issue comes in. And granted,
Right.
there are certain people to where it may not be the machine, it may just be them and how popular the music is. Like the Migos, like in X, I know you remember this. Culture One and Culture Two, they were everywhere.
Jesus.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that's because even though they were marketed very well and they were doing a lot of guest verses and making appearances on different forms of media, so I guess that counts. But the Migos was everywhere, and it seemed like they was everywhere because of them and their music.
Yeah. They was hit making.
They was hit making. The thing is, it wasn't one song.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Bodak Yellow was everywhere to the utmost extent. To whereas
Right.
the only song that was like that was Bad and Bougie.
Right.
And Bad and Bougie is literally like a decade defining hit. It's a very important song.
Yeah.
Well, I would say same with Bodak Yellow, but I feel like Cardi B has more iconic songs than that. Can you agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, man, let me tell you about this keyboard real quick. So Isaiah and me went half on this 49 key keyboard. You feel me? I can do a lot more with that. It's a 49 key keyboard. So I'm really learning how to play chords and getting into it. I actually just made something that I really enjoyed. I put the finishing touches on it today. I actually might send it to you. And you know what I'm saying? And so I'm ready. I'm ready to get this keyboard working. I plug it in. I have a new adapter for my computer and everything. Like everything is just ready to be just great. And then
Right.
I can't connect it. It just won't let me. I'm sitting there
Mm.
trying for a whole 20 minutes on my own. And then I'm scrolling through every single Google search I can find, all the YouTube videos I can find. They're all telling me the same thing, and it's not working. So
Mm-hmm.
then um, me and Isaiah have a friend of ours from California that we went to visit the other week, and he also has a 49 key keyboard.
Mm.
He also beats. So me and him were talking, and we was on the phone trying to figure it out for another like 10 minutes, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna call you back." Right? So I'm just like, man, let me take a break. You feel me? Because I'm starting to get frustrated. My patience is starting to wear thin. Let me just kind of go downstairs and talk to them and recuperate. So I'm
Mm.
going downstairs, bro. This man Isaiah is like, oh, it's fine. I'm about to take it anyway. Dog, dog. I was sitting there like, and I think when I'm really into something, I like to at the very least finish what I started, and I felt like I couldn't finish what I started. Bro,
Right.
homie went up to my room, put it all back in the box, and then took it out to his car. I'm just sitting there. I told him, I was like, yo, like, give me my 110 back. Like I'm not giving you this $110 until that joint starts working.
Right.
So I got my 110 back, and here we are. And I finished this beat with this little keyboard, which it's cool, you know. It's my baby. Clearly, I take it everywhere with me. But dog, I just want the 49 key drum. There's so many different chords that I can play together, and so many different sounds I can probably get. But it's just not. It's not there for me
Right.
yet. So yeah, that's literally been my day. That and waiting on you so we could do this podcast. What have your
Right.
been?
Let me see. Oh yeah, so earlier this morning, uh, we didn't have school for whatever reason, right? Why do I think we still have school? So I, for one, actually got up like same time, same routine, everything as if it was a regular school day. Got up, did my whole routine, sat at the table, went to the meeting. First, first period, didn't start at all. So I'm like, this has happened to me before, and there's actually been school. I think I've told you this before.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, again, like I hope she don't mark me absent. And then by the time enrichment come and that doesn't start, I'm like, all right, something's up. Like either there's no school, I'm doing something wrong. So I just call you. That was like my first instinct, I guess.
right. So hold on. Funny thing about this, right? So my mom had woke me up at like 6, whenever, right? So because my mom thought I had school, so I'm sitting here looking at her like with the crazy face, like no, like I don't have school. I don't have to go catch the bus. I go in to actually go into school on Friday. I don't gotta catch the bus, nothing like I'm good. She's like, you sure? I'm like, yes, yes. I go back to sleep. Then my brother calls, I silence the ringer. X calls, I silence the ringer. I go back to sleep. I'm tired. Yo, I don't get up until 12, and I'm just like,
That's crazy. I was
yeah,
up and running by then.
yeah. You know, and I usually get up earlier than that,
Yeah,
9, 10. I don't sleep my
yeah.
mornings away, so that hurt my soul, man. But continue.
So yeah, and then I called my friend. I don't think we can, but I just don't typically like to do it. I don't like to name drop on a podcast, but I called one of my female friends and she picked up. I'll actually tell you about that off camera. That was interesting. Um, but yeah, she told me it was no school. I'm like, wow. And I basically just told her everything I just told you. But really the rest of my day was really didn't do much. I got on the game and then I don't know if I told you, I got this like cut in my lip.
Hmm.
I don't know where it came from, like at all.
Was your lips like
Like,
dry?
I guess that's what it is. And like, it's like a mark now. Like it's starting to mark up.
The scar?
So yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I saw it yesterday. It was my first time seeing it.
Hmm.
And I guess it got worse today. So, my pops walked in and went crazy. He was like, yo, like, what did you do? Like, what is that? I'm like, I have no idea. Like, so, we end up going to urgent care or whatever
Yeah,
after my mom seen it too.
yes, to see what was up with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And, it's nothing serious. They really didn't know what to tell me, but they just told me, put some Vaseline on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that. But
Keep it,
funny, you said what?
just keep it moisturized, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, what's funny?
Funny thing about the urgent care, right?
Yeah,
So the first doctor, how there's two doctors. They usually make you wait and then see the second doctor.
yeah.
So the second doctor walks in and I'm telling him all the same stuff. And he's like, well, okay, I don't really know what to tell you. You're like a unique case. I've never, really just make sure it doesn't get infected because that can get really bad for you. So
Hmm.
I'm like, yeah, 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 bruh. Like, especially when me and my dad, we do this, the pause thing, like very heavy in our house.
Yeah,
And like as a joke,
yeah.
bruh, I said the barber, the doctor was saying the most pause, like the things that you can pause the most.
Yeah.
and I was just dying laughing right in front of dude, bro.
No,
Like
no.
I couldn't keep it in. I kept a straight face at first, but I'm just like, yo. So he said, yeah. So when you go into bed, get your lips wet. I'm like,
Yo, get your lips wet.
he said, yeah, yeah, just wet your lips up. That was the first one. I think I was able to keep a straight face if I can remember. Right. Then he said, yeah, then apply Vaseline. I started to crack a little bit after that. And then he said, keep your lips greasy. It can get a little messy, but just keep them greased up. I'm like,
Oh man,
yo.
that's prison talk, man.
Yeah, in which point I start, dying laughing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So yeah,
funny. I still wouldn't have laughed, man. I would have been in there. You probably would have got like a slight chuckle out of me, but I can keep a straight face.
yeah, it was funny. It was funnier because the doctor, he was completely, straight face. He was dead serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That definitely is something that gets people. Yo.
So yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was
Hold
funny.
on. I know. Me and you are super late on this. Super late on this. But you been hearing about this Ti and Tiny sex trafficking stuff?
Yeah, I'm not too educated on it, but yeah, I've heard.
And listen, because I'm choosing to be biased and just ignoring whatever statements people are coming out,
Mm,
because these are people that I enjoy the personality of, and specifically Ti. I love his music. I'ma just believe Ti for now, right?
yeah, yeah. Until there's
There,
more information.
yeah, but there I have seen statements, long
Yeah.
statements about a female saying how she was cool with one of their bodyguards, so
Mm,
she was fine. Like the bodyguard made sure
right.
that didn't happen to her, but they wasn't letting other people leave. There was a female who was crying because they weren't letting her catch her Uber and leave the hotel or whatever. It was
Yeah.
all types of, you know what I'm saying? So
I think things get blown out of proportion. All I think it was, just from the base information I got,
yeah,
it's no secret that T.I. and Tiny like to, at the very least, to say the least, bring third parties into their bedroom.
bring third parties.
So, I feel like it was one of those situations that just ended up going sour, and
Yeah,
it's getting blown out of proportion. And of course, they probably done it multiple times, so
yeah. So
so it's being blown out of proportion. So I think it'll blow over. It's not going to be some big,
but
thing.
I'm not gonna say I'm hoping that, this lady is lying. That would be messed up of me to say, since
No,
I'm
I think I hope she's lying.
true. I don't know. I feel, because if that is true, then I'm gonna feel bad for saying I hope she lying. You feel me? Like that's
Right.
like how, like, theoretically, let's just say she was a victim or she was speaking on behalf of victims. Now
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, like I wish she was lying right now. Like that wouldn't feel good of me to say.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like that, I'm like, dang,
Yeah.
that
far
man.
as that, yeah, I think it'll blow over. It's not gonna be if she's not telling the truth, or sometimes a lot of times people feel different about situations, and it's not so much that she's lying, but from her point of view, it would seem that way.
Nobody has sued them yet, right?
I don't think so.
Um,
So
then,
yeah,
then who knows? But
yeah, so
it's it's one of
yeah,
those things where I'm like, I'm not looking at Ti and Tiny sideways. Once again, I'm choosing to believe them because
yeah.
I believe them. That's
What makes a situation like suppressed, like not suppressed, I guess suppressed would be the wrong word, but not as like grave,
yeah,
is Ti and Tiny. Had it just been Ti, it would have been like, dang, not my dog. Like it's him and his wife, so it was seems a little less, creepy.
yeah. Honestly, I think the fact that it's both of them, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know, depending on your perspective, it can make it seem less likely. It doesn't make it
yeah,
seem less likely for me, but I've heard people be like, well, this doesn't make sense. Why would both of them be involved? Why
yeah, yeah.
would them play innocent? Or
Mm.
or maybe know what is going on but still not be involved and be the quote unquote innocent.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
man.
so that's that situation. But I got a story actually.
Oh man.
And this is not my personal story, but this is just a story. And, hopefully, you and the listeners can get something out of the story. I don't really know what, but, you can come to your own conclusions from the story. So this is a story about Jay-Z, actually. So during the peak of like Rockefeller, when they were all together and, they were on top basically. This is that period of time. So I forgot who it was driving, but it was definitely Jay-Z driving, right? And in the car, I forgot who it was. It was definitely Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek though. And it was just it was other dudes from the label that was, on top, and I forgot who they were. But basically, Jay-Z was driving and they were pulling up to a gas station. And when they pulled up to the pump, Jay-Z was like, "Who's getting out to pump the gas?" And it's like winter, so it's like it's snowing heavy and it's cold. So all these dudes is, dressed to a nine, like fresh, fly. They're like, we ain't getting out there like we rich, man. We ain't getting out the car to pump gas. And Jay-Z's looking at them like they crazy. Like, man, somebody just get out and pump the gas. Like, what's wrong with y'all? They're like, nah, man, we too fly. We too, you know what I mean? So Jay-Z's like, okay. He gets out the car. Jay-Z pumps the gas and he pops the trunk. Now they looking at Jay-Z like, what the hell? What is he popping the trunk for? Jay-Z gets out a big mink coat, puts it on, and gets back in the driver's seat, and he flies down the highway with the windows up. I mean, with the windows down. This is like below zero
Yo,
temperatures.
that man Jay-Z, that's funny. As you were saying this, I was just imagining him and his big lips and his always angry looking face, yo.
Yeah,
Just pushing that jaw down. Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
That's
Windows down below zero temperatures, and these dudes like, Jay, put the windows up. Come on, man. You play it. So it's just, I thought that was a dope story. Like, never be too fly to, do something simple like get out the car, pump gas. Like, so I thought that was a dope story. Y'all can get your own lessons out of that, but that's basically what I got from it.
nah, I got you. That's
Yeah, that,
definitely that's a story that I'm gonna have to think about because in the moment right now, just my first time digesting that story, yo, it's just funny to me.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I know, of course, Jay-Z has a little more or a little less than everything he does. He's Jay-Z. But at this point in time, it's just one of those things that sounds funny.
right, right.
It's like watching like the movie Life for the first time. I know,
Right.
I feel like I bring up that movie in every podcast, but it's such a good movie. If you haven't watched Life.
Right.
So yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, a little story for y'all.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I was watching like interviews today. It's really not something that I do. Well, I watch Vlad TV interviews all the time, but other than that, I
Right.
really watch interviews like and so I was just watching pieces of interviews, because interviews be like an hour, 2 hours long with the
Yeah.
people like which are, J. Cole and Logic. Those is the interviews I was watching and just I'm learning more, like about the art and what they doing and how they creating and like the reason not J. Cole. We really don't know why J. Cole's retiring. But Logic and him, he was like, yeah, I might put out music still, but I'm just
Yeah.
done with Logic. I'm done with that. And now I'm just like, dang, I'm
Oh, now alter ego Logic. What's his name? What's the alter ego?
Rock D.
Oh
Trap.
my God, that is the worst
Oh,
name ever.
like yo, like I listened to the first two songs and my heart was broken. I'm just like, please, yo, like be Logic again. Can I get like one more album? You feel me? Like help me out here. I'm struggling. I'm starving. I I need I need Logic music or verses, something.
Right.
Hop on a song, man, and not from your artist. No offense to Silas, he's cool, but he's not it for me, man. Just hop on some song. Just give a good verse. I don't know.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And then Cole, man, been starving for J. Cole for years now. Literally, I don't care how many guest features he does. I need an album.
Yeah.
I need an album. I can't go back and listen to a lot every 5 seconds. Like, no, like that doesn't work. Yeah,
Definitely.
like, yo.
Did you listen to that new Nipsey song with Jay-Z?
No, I know it was a thing though. I know it's a thing. I forgot when I recently re-downloaded that Instagram actually
Yeah.
today. So, but yeah, I have not. I have not. So that's one of those things where I need.
Actually listen to the soundtrack. The soundtrack is garbage, but it has, has some songs on there.
Yeah,
But overall, it's garbage.
I saw Jay-Z and it feels like everybody got a song with Nipsey Hussle, bro. That's crazy. Like I want to know if these was just like finished tracks with just him on it, and people was just hopping on them. You feel
I,
me?
I don't think the song he got with Jay-Z out now was finished because his verse was done, but like everything in between and after Jay-Z's verse just sounded like it wasn't finished.
Hmm.
Like he was just repeating the hook. So I'm just like, yeah, he this definitely wasn't a finished song. They just had to do what they had to do with it.
Yeah. Yo,
So,
it's like a lot of like post death Nipsey Hussle stuff that I've heard hasn't not been finished. Like think about the deep reverence verse. That verse does not sound like a finished verse to me.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, because it's a really solid verse, but it's like give Nipsey Hussle a 16, and then Big Sean gets like 40. You
right,
know what I mean? So, which I don't have an issue with, but that's something that can stop me from messing with posthumous projects or
right,
posthumous verses or something like XXX Tentacion. I think we've already talked about this briefly on the podcast. His Skins
yeah.
project was terrible. You
I didn't
know?
even mean that. Yeah,
And honestly, I don't think that's any fault of his own. I think that was people exploiting his death. You feel me?
yeah, for real, for real.
Like, if you know some stuff is unfinished, why are you releasing it? That's my thing. So, for example, Mac Miller's posthumous project, Circles, that is a finished project. That is a finished alternative pop slash rap album, and it's amazing to me. And then you know what I'm saying, or Machiavelli by Tupac. Well, that had some songs from All Eyes on Me, but like, Are You Still
Mm-hmm,
Down or especially Better Days? Those are
mm-hmm.
finished. You feel me? So I just like give like don't put out posthumous albums unless they're finished, please. That's just
Yeah, for
I think that's the most important thing. Like even when Michael Jackson first died, they had somebody singing songs like ghost singing, and that
real. Yeah,
backfired on them when the dude was exposed, and his music career went downhill because of that. You feel me? Like, just if the music ain't finished, then why are you trying to put out these, like, y'all really cash rapping?
for real. So
So
was Love Never Felt So Good? Was that Michael Jackson or no?
that was MJ. That was MJ.
I was about to say that almost broke my heart right there. I'm like,
You know that.
what Rick Ross say? You nearly broke my heart.
Hey yo, when I found out that your watch was fake, dang, nigga broke my heart. Yo, and also hold on.
Pink broken cars.
I just want to say, yo, there is a large difference between a sneakerhead and a collector. Can we get this out the way too?
I don't know where that came from.
Oh, because I've been watching, I'm super into shoes and so I'm watching a bunch of these complex sneaker shoppings and videos about people's closets and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I've been just learning and learning. And this what I'm about to say is something that I've learned a while ago. But yo,
yeah,
you wear your shoes, it is a lot more difficult for them to fall apart. Sounds crazy, right? But if you were to wear a 1985 Jordan all the way from then to now, not saying every day, but semi
mm-hmm,
consistently wear it, the shoe isn't going to fall apart.
mm-hmm.
But if you were to keep it dead stock all the way from 1985 and then try and put it on in 2021, oh yeah, you take two steps, that shoe is gone. You feel?
Right.
that's people's problems. They're collectors. They're not sneakerheads. Sneakerheads is gonna wear their shoes.
I've been saying I'm gonna wear Air Max, bro. If I ever get them,
Air
I'm
Max,
wearing them, Joe.
they cool, but they so ugly, man.
I love them, man. I always wanted them, Joes. I was on punishment once, and I got everything taken away from me, like everything, phone, TV. Yeah, it was just me and whatever I had around my room to play with.
Yeah,
Nigga, I drew every shoe I could imagine.
I'm weak.
Air Max was definitely one of them.
I'm a big fashion person, and I would just have no idea how to dress an Air Mag. I'm sorry. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to clothes and shoes, like I can give somebody anything, even with them Air Force One super high boots. Like I have outfits for that. Yo,
Right.
Air Mags, I have nothing. You ask me how to dress an Air Mag, and I can tell you a shirt, a jacket, but the pants, your beat, I got nothing for you. Like it's just such a like I'm not to that level yet.
Yeah.
I can dress, but I can't dress like that. That's a Young Thug shoe right there. That's something that you go to Young Thug for. Um, yeah. Um, there's a lot, especially because I see a lot more people like Lil Yachty. He has a lot of 1985 Jordan ones, and he can't wear
Mm,
them. He can't wear them because the people who had them before him never wore them. You feel me?
yeah.
Whereas somebody like I think his name is Best Kicks, Indian dude. He has, in my opinion, the craziest sneaker collection I've ever seen. He has very old shoes, but in his videos, he's put them Johns on.
Yeah.
He's walking around in them. You feel me? And
Sure.
also, I just want to say, when the Columbia 11s come back, not as the Legend Blues, but Legend Blue 11s and Columbia 11s are the same thing. But when they come back as Columbias, I'm buying them. I don't like the Legend
Sure.
Blue. That's funny. I was saying that to Isaiah. They're virtually the same shoe, except for the original Columbias. The blue is a little darker, and of course, there are going to be material changes over the year. But yeah,
Sure.
yeah. When they come back as Columbias, I want them. Oh
I
man.
just I want to say you mentioned Vlad TV earlier.
Oh man.
Vlad, I don't know if you're watching this. Let me pitch to you. Let me put something in your mind, right? Why we need to be on there, right? Okay, we may not have the biggest fan base, but listen, bro. Look, let me tell you how our interview will go so crazy. We live in the Delaware area and we're based out of the Delaware area. If we get on there, the whole Delaware is gonna watch it, not just people that go to our school, not people we know. The whole Delaware. Am I right, bro? Or am I tripping?
I mean, if Delaware people hear that Delaware people are on Vlad TV, I'm sure.
Exactly. They're like, oh, these little dudes from Delaware?
Oh
Oh,
man,
I gotta watch this.
yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, the whole Delaware is gonna watch, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all that's basically my pitch. And we have such a you
What did
said
you think of that? Were you thinking of that as I was talking? Like, or did
when you said literally when you said Vlad, I'm like, yo, like, we need to be on there for real.
you
Like, it just makes so much sense to me. Like you get literally a whole state to watch because we don't have much representation. So anytime somebody is on a big platform, everybody's gonna watch.
Joe Biden even count as representation? Let's
I'm
talk about
talking about black, bro. Like
yeah. Let's just talk about representation in general though. Who? No one. Literally,
us.
literally no one on a large scale level represents Delaware at this point.
Yes.
It's very unfortunate. You think as a state that is so close to these other states, you know what I'm saying? So close to these larger states, or not larger as in, size, but
Yeah. At least let us get
as in,
a core, bro.
yeah,
Let us get a core.
yeah, like
Someone who is known in the area but doesn't really get past uh Can I say underground level for core?
Yeah, core ain't get past underground. Core made it to one
Come
beat.
on, like we don't even have one of those, bro.
I'll just say though, core should be past underground.
You
Core,
should, but
core was way too fire to not be past
come
underground.
on, like let us at least get a core, man.
Yeah. Hey, look, AITF Ike, man. Go check, go check out. That's all I gotta say.
Time to plug in. I'm sort of.
Yeah, fine. Check out his music. And I don't have a producer name yet, and I don't put out any beats because I
Yeah.
mean,
You
but
could be Lonnie, bro. There's no other
I was
Lonnie.
about to say, look, IDA, Lonzo, Lonnie, the one and
Yeah,
only. Hold up.
hell no.
Oh man, I should get a producer tag. I should get a producer tag.
Hey
Lonnie,
Lonnie, you ugly as shit.
hey yo,
You ugly.
your feet too big. How you skinny with big feet? I don't know. Listen to the beat. Oh my god, man. But yeah. Oh, but this is actually the perfect. All right, hold up. X, you have anything else to comment on?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, what's up?
So, I was actually, this goes along with the, what's the name? We were just talking about rappers. I was just listening to like, what's the name? I was listening to a verse my dad was playing, a song.
Hmm.
And, bro, I remember that song from my childhood, but I just couldn't like, it's one of them songs that you remember being played, but you never knew what it was.
Did you did you Shazam it? That's what I did.
Yeah, I found it. I found it. It's in my playlist now.
Yeah.
Bro, like, what are some of the craziest songs that, like, you ended up finding later that you remember?
Dog, you remember that? Man. It's called. It's called. I'm trying to think. I keep on forgetting. I'm gonna have to find it, but it's by Jeezy. Yo,
I have no idea.
it's called Corporate Thuggin', bro. It's called Corporate Thuggin' by Young Jeezy. Crazy. And you know, my dad used to play when I was younger. Not here, and I'm like, yeah, like it's cool. You know, my dad always would play Jeezy and Ti and stuff like that. And you know, I didn't really appreciate it until I started listening to it on my own. And yo, so I'm listening, I'm looking for Jeezy, and I find him like, oh, like what is this? And I hear the beat, and I'm like, dang, oh, I'm like, oh, this the one right here. You feel me? Or like Rick Ross, there's a song called Paradise Lost. That joint is
Yeah.
stupid. I love Paradise Lost. And it took me forever to find it. I had no idea what it was. And once again, a song that my dad was playing, and I was just like, my mind was blown when I heard it on my own. I actually found that a couple weeks ago. So,
So, yeah. I
yeah.
remember, Unbelievable by Biggie, bro.
Hmm,
My dad, I don't forget what car he had. I think it was like a Honda or something he used to have.
yeah.
And he used to bang that junk. It's unbelievable.
Hmm. Yo, Under Control by the Internet. X, I know you don't listen to the Internet, but Under Control was at least probably not probably it's definitely the first internet song that I ever heard, and this I heard this all the way back when I was in fifth or the sixth grade because it came out in
Oh,
2015.
they been out.
Yeah, right.
He was still a girl then.
You feel me? And so I remember just hearing it. This is last year, and I'm with my cousin. We in Waldorf, Maryland, and we riding around, and I just remember hearing it.
Waldorf, that's such a horrible name. Can I just say it, bro?
Yeah, I agree.
A very bad name.
I'm from Maryland, and Waldorf is just yeah.
Shunned upon, as it should be.
I'm weak. Shunned upon. Who shuns upon it behind or besides us?
I don't know, but it just should be.
Oh man. And so, you know, we riding around Waldorf and it's just on her playlist. And I hear I'm like, ooh. And at this point I had already listened to some of the internet. Like I listened to some of the Hive Mind album, not all of it. But I listened to a part of it. I was like, hold up. So, you know, I hurry up, look the song up, I'm like, oh, that's them. Yeah. That joint is Yo, and it's funny too because it's another the internet song. For anybody who played 2K17, there's a song called Special Affair on there, and it's by the internet. And if you played 2K17 as much as I played it when, it still had Park and all that stuff in the 2 years that it had that, then you'll, what I'm saying, you would recognize this song. I would play it, but I don't want to get
Copyright.
Yeah, hold on. Can we just talk about that real quick, bro? We got copyrighted and we only get like 5 views.
That's ridiculous.
We're gonna get more, you feel me? But at this point in time, the video that they copyrighted only got like 5 views. I'm hurt.
Yeah, the crazy part is y'all not even getting paid. We wasn't getting paid for it. That's the crazy part.
Oh man, that's a fact.
Usually, I don't know if people know how copyrights work, but if your channel is monetized and you get paid, and you're playing, you're getting, like we're not even getting paid from it, bro. We're doing this for the love of the culture.
Yeah, for the love of the culture.
Come on, man. Chill.
It's definitely like, I don't know what to say.
I'm playing. The labels want the free coin, I guess. But
don't even get me started, man. I could talk about all the YouTube channels ruined by copyright and demonetization.
For real.
But that's a topic for another podcast, man.
Yeah. Do you know that song, Keys to the Streets by YFN Lucci and Amigos?
No, I don't.
But that was like that was a Atlanta All-Star game, bro. Bro, that song is so crazy. I dang near want to risk it and copyright it just to play this part.
No X, because if we
bro, I gotta share it with you after the podcast. Yo, when I tell you Trouble and Takeoff did like a Jadakiss Styles P like back to back section of the song. Bro, it was so hard, bro. Takeoff 8, like, oh man. That's a trap all-star game, man. I love hearing songs like that.
All-star game. But yo, it's time to wrap this one up because my laptop is about to die. So, but yeah, man. Any closing remarks?
No, sir.
I have one. Subscribe. Please, if you made it this far in the video, you feel me? Subscribe. And if you didn't make it this far in the video, then you not a lame, but you ain't as cool as you could have been. And
snap. Yeah, that was kind of hard, bro. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard. You're not a lame, but you're not as cool as you could have been.
Either way, though,
that was cool. That was some pimp stuff right there, bro.
Stay different, man. Stay different.
Stay different.